Hello friends, this channel is for understanding how to use Visual Studio, say for creating projects, solutions, writing applications, DLLs, unit tests, and debugging them, and so on, and how you can make most of it. Those who are not familiar with Visual Studio is an IDE provided by Microsoft. It has lots of features which have made developers and testers' life very easy. In this first tutorial, we will see how to create a project in Visual Studio, and after that how to build it and create executable, that is exe, out of it. So let's not waste much time and start with our first project. So open Visual Studio. For this tutorial I'm using Visual Studio 2012. So as to create a project, you have to go to file menu, select new, click on project. This option is also available on the start page itself. New project. This will bring this window, this dialog. This dialog is asking which type of project you want to create. So for this tutorial we will create a C++ based console application. So under installed template Visual C++, you can select Win32 console application, or you can select Win32. It will give the same option. Here you can give name to your app, name to your project. Say create first VS project. Here you, here you can give pro folder name where your project want to save. Here you can give name to your solution, and then click on OK. So here Visual Studio will ask you what all settings you need for your project. So in this dialog we have to do all the settings. So we have selected already create a console application. Also you can create Windows application. The difference between Windows and console application is that in console application you will see a DOS prompt or a terminal, and all the input and output should go onto that. Of course you can write a code in which it can show dialog or message box and all the stuff. And Windows application is basically a dialog based application. So you can create Windows application, console application, you can write DLL static libraries with the support of ATL, MFC, and lots of settings. So all the some additional options like empty project and precompiled headers and all. So we will create an empty project and not ask Visual Studio to add default files, default code, and give all the things to us. Click on finish. So in Solution Explorer you can see all these things. The Solution Explorer, so Solution Explorer is like our Windows Explorer, in which you can see drives, folders, files, and all the stuff. Similarly, in Solution Explorer in Visual Studio you can see a solution, a project, what all the folders under it, what all the resources, files, and all stuff. So we have selected create an empty project, so we don't expect anything into it except the folder structures. Okay, so now let's add a file to it in which we will write a code. So select C++ file, select Visual C++ and select C++ file, you can change the name. For the demo or the tutorial, we will leave the name as it is. Click on add. So that will add a source.cpp to source files. So here is the editor in which you can write a code. So we have written a sample code. So here you can see yellow line which indicates you have unsaved changes at these lines, and a star mark or asterisk mark on the file name is it indicates you have some unsaved changes into this file. So let's save the changes. So either you can select toolbar icon, click on toolbar icon to save it, or use a shortcut Ctrl S. So we will save it. Then the next step is to build a project. So there are many options to build the project. Either you can right click on the project and say build, or you can select project only and build the project, or you can right click on the solution and say build solution, or all these options are available under the build menu. So we will build the project. So you can see all the output related to your build process into the output window. It says 1 succeeded, 0 failed. If you have any error warnings, you can see all those into the error list. We'll talk about all these windows, all these menus, Solution Explorer in upcoming tutorials. For now, we have built our project and output is ready at this location, that is executable. So here we can see we have our exe ready. So you can double click on this exe, or you can run your project output using Visual Studio. So you have to go to debug menu and select start without debugging, or use shortcut Ctrl F5. This will execute your exe if it is exe directly, or if you select this option it will start debugging. So for now we will just execute it as it is. So say Ctrl F5. It says hi, that was our expected output. So this is the console, that's why we say it as a console application. So that's all for this first tutorial. If you like it, please click on like and subscribe the channel. We will add more videos related to Visual Studio, understanding it. If you have any queries, please do mention into comments. We'll try to reply as early as possible. Thank you.